A new feature of RideCave is Data Lab. Data Lab lets you analyze your entire training history and take snapshots from different points in time and then compare them. You can click this data analysis link on the homepage and read about all the statistics that we evaluate, where we get our sources for the calculations, and what these particular sections and analyses mean. You'll see in a moment we cover everything from a summary of the stats to power profiling, energy systems, power duration, sprint and neuromuscular power systems. And we do everything down to heart rate zones and time of day statistics and other things. This is an existing test report I ran, and I'll show you what it looks like in a second to run this. Unfortunately, I don't have a ton of data in my personal RideCave account as I haven't been riding recently. But you can see from March 3rd to April 2nd when I ran this report, I've been doing predominantly routes on RideCave, and I did 3 custom workouts. You can see the summary here at the top, everything from average training load to average intensity, distance, climbing, and CO2. There's a bug in the climbing for this report, but it's fixed in the live production version, so it'll account for your e-route climbing. Here's the power profiling. It'll give you a grade from novice 1 to world class based on your power curve, and it takes into account your age and sex, gender. You can select that when you first enter Data Lab, and you can also change it in your settings. And then each of these sections has an info link that describes what these sections are and where the information and profiling comes from. Here's energy systems from that same time frame. You can see that I've been doing mostly aerobic recovery rides with a small portion of hard efforts above threshold. Power curve and rider type, I'm an all-arounder based on this report. Here's sprint power showing 5-second peaks, and you can change the time frames to see the different peak times. You can see your best 5, 15, 30, and 1 minute. My sprint type is sustained. I can build power gradually over time. That's what this is telling me. Effort index, this is how well you maintain power output across rides. The lower is basically more durable. So, it says here, if you do structured intervals, high scores on those days are expected and don't indicate poor durability. And if that doesn't make sense, you can open the info and read all about it, and then see these particular trending cards along the bottom. Fitness model, this is fitness versus fatigue. And you can see your fitness line and your fatigue and form, similar to other platforms. You see your load here along the bottom, and then you can switch to energy systems and see the energy systems you were using throughout that same time period. Training distribution for zones. This is by week. You can see that I have low polarization, high mid-zone time, spending a lot of time in sweet spot, and high volume ramp as I had from the same previous period, I had a high volume, so I went all in. Interval analysis, this is this is the anaerobic depth % per ride, and similar to the other chart, lower means deeper anaerobic work. So these are hard efforts, VO2 max efforts. Workload ratio, I don't have enough data in my personal usage to make that useful. Pacing consistency, this is your cadence per ride, basically. 1 rating is very consistent, so if you had 1, you would have had the same cadence across all rides. Body response, heart rate zones, efficiency and economy. I'm not going to cover all of these. The activity calendar. And then, as I said, this is fixed in the production version. So let's go ahead and see what it looks like to run a report. Cave Crew users can do last 90 days, last 6 months, and custom date ranges, and they have no limit for the amount of activities in a report. But if you're not Cave Crew, you'll only have last 14 and last 30. And then you click Generate Report, and it runs the report in just a matter of seconds and returns all of the data for that particular time frame. So here you can see the climbing is here. I've done half an Everest in the amount of time here. You can see the overall details. And I'll scroll down and you see that all the data is the same as what I just showed you. Here's the route and climbing. And then you can export the PDF. Let me see if I can open that. I'll open that in the browser. Let's see here. And this gives you all of that same data in a PDF form. So if you wanted to send this to a coach or what have you, you can do that. And then the last detail here, let me save this. Once you have multiple reports, you can compare them. So here I can compare from one time frame to the next. This isn't a great example because it's pretty similar time frames, but then you can see the deltas and how it changed over time. This will be improved in an upcoming release, and we'll be able to show some more graphs here, but right now it's a table comparison. And that is Data Lab. Thanks.